Hey, good afternoon. Hope everybody's had a wonderful President's Day. You know, this is a day that we celebrate in the United States of America. It's the birthdays of really two of our greatest presidents, President George Washington and President Lincoln. And there's a reason why we celebrate them, because both their birthdays were in February. By many nation standards, for example, the nation that we came out of, our country is still relatively new compared to the Empire of Great Britain. The fact of the matter is that nothing like our Republican form of democracy had ever been attempted before or successfully completed before. And that is important because it is the selflessness of these two most powerful leaders. It is the selflessness of these two very powerful leaders of a brand new nation, not a leader of the free world nation, just a brand new nation where the experiment of democracy and the Republican form of government, in other words, a government of our elected representatives and not of our betters or of our landed aristocrats, we're going to control on an electoral process that would have specific limits on the amount of time someone could stay in office. And that's critical because when you think about George Washington being the first president of the United States, no term limits, the most popular person in the United States of America, with the exception of a very few others, he probably could have returned himself to office indefinitely and stayed in power like we see a lot of modern day dictators. And instead, after his second term, he set the precedent to step aside. President Washington nor President Lincoln were in any means perfect as men. They were and carried their own flaws that, you know, history has revealed. And these are facts that, notwithstanding these issues, these are still some of, these are our founding fathers, but more importantly, the example of leadership and self-sacrifice and service by both of these two very different presidents, by people who were in a position to be tyrants and who could have fundamentally changed the world and could have fundamentally changed these United States of America. But instead of seizing power and holding on to power indefinitely, these presidents gave up that power. They gave up that power so that that power would remain in the hands of the people for the children of the revolution and their grandchildren. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful President's Day. Thank you.